want to thank everybody for joining me today. My name is Justin Jones. I am the Global Vice President of Sales here at PAAS. And if you're not familiar with who PAAS is, we are a SaaS-based technology spend analytics platform with a focus on driving what would be advantageous contracts, pricing, terms, and conditions for our clients in the indirect technology space. And today we're going to spend some time discussing how you can help optimize and save on your technology spend by partnering with PAAS. And I think it's first important to really discuss our vision. And our vision at PAAS is to be the global leader in technology spend analytics, creating a platform and service solutions that equip organizations with methods for aggregating, categorizing, and analyzing data, and strategies to help them achieve 15 to 30% savings on overall technology spend. Now, our vision can really only be tied to something that is a challenge, and what we see as a challenge in the market is a very fast and growing challenge, and that is around the complexities and fast growing technology spend that is the fastest and largest indirect spend on the balance sheet for most of our clients. And I also think it's important to identify the categories that we consider to be technology. And for us at PAAS, technology encompasses software, hardware, data center solutions, telecom and mobility, credit card processing, physical security, consultants, staffing, even office supplies in some instances. And this is a very complex space. Most of the suppliers, and you'll see some of them as far as large suppliers represented at the bottom, have a multitude of teams to make the pricing and packaging complex. And this is something that we see impacting a number of our customers. And so with that challenge, we see opportunity. And at PAAS, the opportunity that we see really is kind of founded on the fact that there's two areas of spend that we can make impacts for in the procurement lifecycle for our clients. And we see spend in these two buckets being strategic spend and tail spend. And when we talk about strategic spend at PAAS, we talk about the strategic suppliers, the Oracles, the VMwares, the Microsofts, the Ciscos and the Googles, who have very large enterprise sales organizations. And these agreements typically make up 20% of the overall technology suppliers in your ecosystem, but 80% of the spend. This is where the majority of the time negotiations are spent. But there's an additional bucket of spend in most organizations that we'd like to be able to help with, and that's the tail spend. And PAAS can help there as well. And in most organizations, tail spend is about 20% of the overall spend, but it's 80% of the suppliers. And this is where some shadow IT issues can come into play. Maybe thresholds on approvals will allow for an organization to have multiple suppliers of the same type of product. We run into this a lot with BI tools. And so the ability to both identify and strategize to get this spend in both buckets under control and in a place where you can actually reduce it is where PAAS comes into play. And so I think, having a strong foundation of how we can do that is important. And that's what we're going to talk about as we continue this. But just imagine yourself in this scenario, managing a number of upcoming strategic spends that will make huge impacts to the business, but also knowing that there's a growing tail. And what if PAAS could provide you with insight and strategy within 48 hours, a benchmark, clear visibility into the variance in pricing, as well as terms and conditions, and a team that can help you achieve those discounts and advantageous contracts? What would you do? And that's really what PAAS is designed to do and to help you with. And we're built on 3 pillars that allow us to do this and what really set us apart from others in the market. And these pillars are platform, expertise, and network. Platform, meaning an actual relevant database filled with actual relevant data points that are built and sit on top of machine learning and artificial intelligence that give you the tools to see the spend in ways that you haven't before and to identify savings opportunities where you didn't see possible. Expertise, a team of individuals who have the expertise not just at working and selling these types of solutions, but procuring them as well. The industry knowledge and the tribal knowledge to be able to understand what drives discounting and who needs to be discussed with inside of an organization to achieve those discounts. And then having a network to actually set these things in motion and to affect change. So when I think about PAAS and how we can really impact our clients on a day-to-day basis, it's because of these three pillars. And it's the pillars of the data combined with the expertise and network that give us this capability. And we'll talk about all three of these as we continue along our journey. Foundation of that is the platforms. So we talk a lot about data and the importance of data. And data really is what gives us the capabilities to begin our journey. And this data for us sits inside of our platform, PAAS 360 and PAAS Forensics. PAAS Forensics being our proprietary database. It's de-identified data and anonymized data. It's contract data as well as OEM and customer spend data. And it's relevant, meaning that it's within the last 24 months. We know these deals have been executed in the market and allow us to identify companies of similar verticals and size and what they've executed with suppliers. And you can think of PAAS as somewhat of a data co-op. We talk about the significance of data, and our PAAS Forensics database has over 5,000 unique suppliers represented inside of it, with over 150 million data points inside of the platform. And this is on a SKU-based level. This data is a mix of OEM and VAR data. So whether you're buying directly from the supplier or leveraging a value-added reseller, we have you covered. This data is the foundation of our ability to provide accurate and timely benchmarks, which we're able to turn around within 48 hours of receiving your agreements. This data also gives us the confidence to provide a 5 times savings guarantee. So for every dollar you spend with PAAS, we guarantee you $5 back in hard dollar savings. This data is really the first part of what separates us from others in the market, as we know this information is key in delivering the most advantageous agreements that we can for our clients. Inside of our PAAS 360 platform, you'll also have 5 modules. And these modules give you the ability to analyze your data inside of the spend analysis module, identifying trends across your spend, areas of categories that you may have additional insight needed, as well as the ability to leverage the PAAS Forensics database to ensure pricing is in line with others inside of your market. The contract management module is a contract repository that allows you to house all of your indirect technology spend contracts in one place for visibility across the organization or in unique divisions of your organization where we can create rule sets. The forecasting module identifies specific projects that we'd be able to identify and deliver savings on. These savings are then tracked against your overall savings goals inside of the PAAS 360 platform. Our benchmarking module is a repository for all of your benchmarks. And your project management module is an accountability tool that allows us to track tasks between both PAAS and our clients, ensuring that we stay on target to deliver the most advantageous contracts, pricing, and terms. Now, data, obviously, as I've mentioned, is a very key component. The platform playing a role in driving that data to levels that are very impactful for organizations. But what PAAS does, I think, very well, and that I really want to make sure I deliver today, is how we combine that data and that platform with expertise and network. And that expertise and network continuing to grow. It's a very exciting time here at PAAS. As the team, every day, I feel like there's a new member of the organization that I'm meeting and having conversations with, which is so fun. But the experience here is relevant. You'll notice, and I encourage everybody to go to our website. You'll go to our team. You can look at everybody individually. Our team is made up of individuals who have worked at the suppliers that we talk about, as well as at the customer site procuring these technologies. We have individuals who are former CIOs of enterprise technology organizations. We have former sales and executive VPs from suppliers. We have former chief procurement officers, and the list continues to go. What this experience allows us to do is identify trends and identify areas of savings that the data in itself really can't dictate. And it allows us to take the insights that PAAS 360 and the machine learning is able to pull, and it's able to help us create a playbook that delivers that 5 times savings to our customers. And I like to say this as well too. We have accountability in our tool where we're measuring the savings, and we have a team, customer success team, that's also measured on that for our clients. And respectfully, we do like to run the score up a little bit to deliver beyond that 5 times savings. And what we typically find is that by taking the experience from our team along with their networks, which is really built from that experience, and combining it with the data, that we're able to reduce time in the sales cycles up to 80%. We're able to reduce the cost up to 30%, which typically comes the majority of savings in the first 3 to 5 months of engagement with PAAS, as well as to grow your company's executive network relationships inside of the suppliers. All of this mitigating risk and driving additional strategy. In the past 24 months alone, I also think it's important to note that this team has negotiated over $25 billion in technology agreements. So how does all of this work? How do we benchmark your data? So we talked about it, right? 48 hours and we'll have this benchmark analysis completed for you, and it's a comprehensive benchmark analysis. Out of the gate, we will need your data. So we're very versed at accepting data. We can accept any form and format. We have a team of analysts that review that data and ensure that that data is cleansed into a format that our database in PAAS 360 can read correctly and provide accurate output. Once we ingest that data into PAAS 360, we run our comprehensive analysis, both through machine learning and artificial intelligence. And our team of negotiation and procurement experts also review, understanding where opportunities lie and building out a playbook for our clients to enact with their suppliers. Within 48 hours, we deliver that benchmark analysis with a comprehensive overview on a SKU-based level of the pricing variances as well as the terms and conditions. And I think it's really important to point that out. We are not leveraging survey data. We are not telling you where we think you can be. Our benchmarks are comprehensive. They factor in the database of information, the 150 million data points on the 10,000 suppliers. We use that data as the baseline, but we also factor in other components. What is your current spend with that supplier? Is it a competitive situation? Who are you negotiating with at the supplier? What's the network that you have there? Do they know that they've won the deal? All of these things are factored in, as well as who we know at PAAS inside of these organizations, all to then turn around your benchmark with a strategy attached on how we can achieve the savings. And I think it's extremely important to note that once we hand that benchmark over, PAAS is on standby to sit either in the driver's seat and steer the car to the destination, or if we need to sit in the passenger seat and provide coaching as an extension of your team to get to the finish line as well. We work in both scenarios, and in some cases, dependent on supplier, we'll actually operate that way inside of the same organization. So I wanted to share some success stories, and these are also available on the website. If you go to paasadvisors.com, you can find these, as well as some great articles as well. But, some of these that I'll touch on quickly, global quick service restaurant that you'll see there, that we provided over $700,000 in savings for, both in categorization, identifying tail spend that we could reduce, as well as an AT&T contract from a telecommunications perspective. And that was delivered within the first 35 days. You'll also see a Fortune 300 global biotech company, which is a lot of great success stories there. We've successfully helped reduce maintenance renewals for Oracle, ServiceNow, as well as SAP. And we continue to help manage their entire technology spend category today, and are driving savings on a weekly basis for them. And you'll see a large metropolitan school district on the top right-hand side. I'll talk a little bit more about this. This is a really great case study that you can find on our website. And this is the Pittsburgh Public School District, where we worked with them as they had a large savings initiative to reduce their spend on their Cisco Unified Communications maintenance. And this was something that they had purchased close to 10 years ago on an educational contract with educational pricing, and that they've been renewing year over year for a number of years, thinking that they had a fairly aggressive and competitive price point. Our team at PAAS engaged with the school district. We benchmarked this upcoming renewal, and we identified a significant amount of savings. And through our negotiations, within 30 days, delivered the school district $250,000 on a $700,000 agreement. And so it's impacts like that we see on a daily basis that really drive our continued efforts to help our clients, and makes this job a lot of fun working here at PAAS. So I did not talk a whole lot about Invari, and I'm not going to, but I did want to show this slide because Invari is a new platform that we've recently released, and this is really specific to the telecom invoice management, doing variance reporting, workflows, and data categorization. We will be doing an Invari webinar in the near future, and so my hope is that all of you are interested and want to attend that as well. But also go to the website. There's a lot of great resources, and we'll be sharing more about Invari and how Invari can help your organization save and optimize spend as well. I want to thank everybody today for taking some time. It's always great to know that folks are out there listening to what PAAS has to offer. We really, really appreciate the opportunity to share PAAS and our capabilities with you, and why we feel we can make a significant continuous impact across your indirect technology spend. Thank you again, and we look forward to the next webinar with you.